This is so creepy. That light was hurting. Oh my God. Oh my God, you scared me. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lexi, and today I'm giving you guys a paranormal update. This is the first video of 2023, so I'm so excited. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope you guys are staying safe. And if you didn't notice, yes, I bleached my hair. It's not completely done yet, and I kind of go into it in my live from a few days ago. I already filmed this entire update once already while doing my hair, and it came out horrible. It was a disaster. I missed a bunch of detail, more stuff happened, so I'm like, let me just redo everything for you guys, and that's what we're doing today. And before we start, if this is the first video you're seeing of me, my name is Lexi. We do everything paranormal here. So if you're into that kind of stuff, please consider subscribing. You can join our spooky fam. And I'm also gonna leave my playlist up here if you're interested. But other than that, let's just get right into it. So when I had filmed the first update when I was doing my hair, I was home by myself. And I kept hearing noises here and there, like knocks, a bang, but I just kept ignoring it. I was pushing through. And then I started talking about something in particular, which I'll get into in a second, and my lights started flickering. I'm in the bathroom while doing this. My bathroom lights never flicker. I continue, I ignore it again, and then I hear a loud ass bang coming from the wall next to me. It was so loud, it literally made me jump. Like I was freaked out. And then the lights start flickering again. And I was actually able to capture this. So I'm gonna show you that video right now. Babe. This light never flickers. Never flickers. But the day that I'm in the bathroom talking about this stuff, this light will flicker. Okay. Oh my God. I literally stopped recording after that, and I just had a feeling like something was mad at me, like somebody was upset with me. So now let's rewind to a few weeks ago. So when I filmed my last update, the one about the little girl, if you guys remember, I was sick and I had been staying home for a few days. So the first day that I went back to work, I go outside and I see something near my car, something small and black. And I hadn't been using that car because it was giving me issues. But I see this thing and I look over, like trying to see what it is. I end up ignoring it and I go to work. I'm at work for a little bit. I end up going home early. I come back. I don't notice anything strange. By the next day, I'm already feeling better. Like I'm feeling okay. So I walk out in the morning and I still see this small black thing in front of my car. So I walk up and it's a dead bird. But not just any bird. It's a dead crow. So it was big. It's a dead crow that looked like it had been ripped apart and tied, like binded with twine. And it was sitting literally right in front of my car. And as soon as I noticed what it was, like my stomach dropped. I didn't want to touch it. I didn't even want to be near it or look at it for very long. I call my husband and I tell him about it. I'm like, babe, there's something out here. Like, if you can come out here, be super careful. Just pick it up with the trash bag and throw it out. So he goes and cleans it up. I go to work. I come home. Everything's fine. So the next morning, I come back out to my car and I look over and I see this dead bird again in front of my car. So I walk over and I look. It's 100% the same bird. It had the same string around it. But this time it looked dirty, like there's dirt on it. You can tell like it had been in the trash, it had been moved, but it was the same twine, it was the same bird, and it was sitting in front of my car again. And I just got such a bad feeling from it. I don't know how long it had been sitting in front of my car prior, because again, I had been home sick. I hadn't driven for days. So I ended up looking up what dead crows, like in front of your house, in your yard. I looked up what it means and I couldn't get a straight answer. After that, I started feeling off. I did not feel like myself. I felt like I was having a lot of bad luck. A bunch of stuff was happening. So as you guys know, I was sick with the flu. I had a cold. And then after that, I got a horrible UTI. I ended up in the hospital. I had a kidney infection. The same day I'm in the hospital, I ended up cracking a tooth. And it was so bad that it was just cutting my mouth open. My insurance literally switched up on me, so my dentist couldn't make an appointment with me. A few things were happening with my husband. One of the things that happened was that he passed out and hit himself in the head so bad that he gave himself a full black eye. So with all of that being said, I have a very strong feeling. Just because I've experienced this before, I've had this same feeling before, I 100% think someone's doing brujeria on me. I'm gonna go more into detail on why or who I think it is closer to the end of the video, but super quick, I've had a gut feeling about a certain person that I work with since I started working there. Just quit my job because I couldn't stand working there anymore with this person. I obviously ended up coming back to that job. A bunch more stuff is like unfolding as we speak, like the past month. I'm gonna go into more detail, like I said, in the end of the video. So let me just get into the paranormal stuff. So some updates on like the small things. The bathroom door has been opening and closing by itself. And then a few weeks ago, the door slammed in my face twice. So we've never had a problem with this door opening and closing. I went to grab something into the bathroom. I turned around super quick and I had the door open and it just slammed in my face. And I was home by myself. So this also happened with my husband as well. The doors to some cabinets, they've been opening and closing. One literally just happened like 2 hours before I started filming. And it was so hard that it almost hit my dog in the head. It closed so hard. I was like, what the fuck? You were actually both having a lot of sleep paralysis. We're still hearing those bangs, but they're a lot louder and like a lot scarier, if that makes sense. Like, you get that feeling like, oh, like if someone's like fucking pissed and like punching a wall. I'm also hearing a lot of knocking and tapping on the walls. The lights are starting to flicker in parts of the house that have never flickered before. Random shit's falling off the shelves again. So this first thing happened a few days ago, like it just happened. I'm sitting in the back room and I have my back against the wall and it's pretty late already. I start hearing a knocking. I'm home alone. No one's with me. And I have Feather right next to me. And I keep hearing this knocking. Like it's just... So I'm starting to listen to see if maybe it's my husband. He's home. He's doing something out there. So I go to knock back just to see if it's him and he's like, you know, doing something. Or to see if that's what it is. And that's the exact noise it is. It's someone knocking on the wall. I knock. And it stops. And I'm like, what is that? So my husband comes home and I'm like, hey, were you in the back by chance? Like, were you doing anything? And he's like, no, like I just got home. I got the stuff out of the car and that was it. A few days later, I'm home. My husband's in the kitchen and we're in there and I start to hear the knocking again. This time I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. I just listened to see how long this would go. Like a minute and a half, maybe, it stops. Whatever. So a few days later, me and my husband are sitting at the table and we're just talking and he keeps stopping and I'm like, what? He's like, you don't hear that? I'm like, no, I don't hear anything. What does it sound like? And as he's about to say it, he's like, it sounds like knocking. We see something fly by and it hits against the wall where it almost hits him. Hits the wall where he's standing right next to. It looked like a little bolt and it hit the same wall that I heard the bang in the bathroom. it created a loud ass bang. It hit the wall and it fell behind our heater. So he stands up looking around like pissed off almost, like what the fuck was that? So he starts moving the heater. We start looking around like, where did this thing go? What was that? So he moves the entire heater over. He's looking, I'm looking. We never find anything. We never find anything. But we both saw something get thrown, hit that wall, and make a loud ass fucking noise. I don't know, man. So this other night, we're hanging out in the same area. I have my dog next to me, and she jumps off and goes to her water bowl in front of the bathroom. And we hear this gurgle noise. We both look at each other thinking that she farted. We start laughing. We're like, what the fuck? You know, like just joking. And she all of a sudden runs towards us with her ears down, her little tail between her legs. She runs towards me and jumps on my lap. We're still laughing. We're like, what the fuck? And then we hear that gurgle noise again in that same spot. So we look at each other. We're like, what was that? This gurgle noise that we heard, it straight up sounds like a gurgle. Weird fucking noise. So that's why we thought it was like a fart or like a grumble or something. We're like, what the fuck? Like it creeped us out, right? But we kind of like made it into a joke. Wasn't that big of a deal. The next night, I'm home alone. I'm in the bathroom washing my face off and I have Feather with me. I'm about to open the door when I hear that gurgle noise again, right up against it. It's loud. So I open the door and I look around. I'm like, babe, he's obviously not there. I look in the shower. I'm like, did it come from in here? The fridge? I look everywhere and I can't find this noise. So I go back in the bathroom and when I look at Feather, her eyes are like big as fuck. Her ears are like all the way down. Her tail is literally tucked between her legs. And when I go to pick her up, she does not want to leave the bathroom and she's shaking. What is scaring her so bad? This other thing, I don't know if this is paranormal or not, but it's happened a few times, so I thought I'd share it anyway. But my husband has told me that like 3 nights in a row, he woke up at 3 a.m. and kept hearing glass shattering right outside our door. And he said that the last time that he heard it, he went outside to investigate. The neighbor girl, the one that I've had an experience with, she was out there and she looked freaked out. She like walks up to him like, hey, did you hear anything? Like I was trying to see what that noise was. She's thinking the worst, like is someone coming down here and like throwing bottles at us or something? So this other thing happened shortly after I had the experience with that girl where I saw her in my clothes. So I come home from work one day and my husband's in the back room laying down and he's like on his laptop. And that's kind of odd because he never really chills in there. So I'm like, hey baby, how was your day? And he's like, I don't know, like I've been feeling creeped out. I don't feel very good. And again, he's not like the biggest believer. This is odd to me for him to tell me that he feels creeped out. So he's like, you know what? I don't want to talk about it. Like we can talk about it later. That kind of worries me. I'm like, what's going on? So he gets up, he shuts our bedroom door. He starts telling me, I took a nap earlier. I had really bad sleep paralysis and it felt like I was in sleep paralysis for so long and I couldn't get out of it. He said in the dream that he was able to see all the way down the hall, and when he would look, he saw a shadow at the very end of the living room. He's like, I couldn't see any details, any face, really dark shadow, and it was small. And that he said that it was hiding and that it would slowly walk towards him, but it would only get to the fridge. And he was so freaked out that he was just cussing at it. He was like, I was telling it like, fuck you, get the fuck out of my face, get the fuck out of my house. And that after a little bit, he was finally able to wake himself up from it. So he wakes up and he's like, I am not going back to sleep. I don't want to fall back into it. And he said that he felt so uncomfortable. He's like, it just felt like somebody was in there with me. Literally felt like something pulled up a chair, sat right in front of me and was just staring at me. So he's like, I finally ended up shutting the door. And once he shut the door, he felt a little better. But when he went to sit down, he instantly started feeling that feeling again and started feeling uncomfortable. I asked him, I'm like, where did you see the shadow? And he's like, I saw it right there. So he points to where he saw it. Where he saw that shadow was in that same area that I had seen the girl. The same area. So that same night, we're hanging out. Nothing scary is happening. I fall into a deep ass sleep. No funny business, just a good deep sleep. And then I wake up to pure darkness and I start to feel like something is just staring at me. And it was such an overwhelming feeling that somebody was staring at me that it made my stomach turn. And that's the exact feeling that I get when something is about to happen, an experience, or something's gonna show itself to me. So instead of waiting for something to happen, I put my headphones in, I put a blindfold on, and I went back to sleep. I was like, no, bitch, no, not today. Nothing happened. Thank God. Thank God. Now I'm gonna get into why I think someone is doing bruja on me and who I think it is. So weeks before I even saw the crow, I kept having dreams, having this gut feeling, watch out for this person. Don't conversate with this person and watch your back around this person. And I'm not gonna give his name because I'm not trying to get fucking killed. This is someone that I actually have had issues with from the beginning. They were really nice in the beginning. Everything was really cool. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's like everything switched and then everyone started telling me all of these horror stories that he would do to all the other dispatchers. 7 dispatchers quit before me. 7 of them. They could not keep a fucking dispatcher. And it was because of this person. So there's an issue where a driver did something really fucked up, like really fucked up. They put the blame on me for something that I had no control over. This person came at me and fucking yelled at me, like disrespected me, and I quit. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. My managers end up calling me back like, hey, come back. This person's not even gonna be in the same department. You're not gonna have to see him at all. I come back. The new owner is there. He's fucking amazing. My manager's amazing. And then all of a sudden, all these really fucked up rumors are spreading about me.
Around the time that I came back, I really noticed his hatred towards me. Like, he'd scream at me, belittle me, call me stupid to other people in front of me. He nitpicked everything that I did, and he really hated that my new managers liked me.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore it. I just felt it in my heart. The truth is gonna come out. Not only that, everyone's gonna see who this person really is. I just know it. So what did I do? I waited it out, and that's exactly what happened. A few months ago, I was having a conversation with the old dispatcher. We both start to feel like we're being watched. He is on the other side of the gate, and he is standing on the bed of a truck, looking over at us, watching us, while we're on our break talking. This freaks the other dispatcher out because she didn't know this person like that. I already knew that he was a fucking weirdo from jump. She tells my manager, you know, it turns into a kind of a big deal. A few weeks later, he ends up saying something really inappropriate to her. Again, she goes and tells her boss, she tells my manager, and she makes a big deal about it, as she should. She eventually quits, and she's like, I'm not coming back, fuck all that. So about a month and a half ago, I was in my office with one of my coworkers, and this person comes in and starts talking to me, and we don't talk. This person doesn't even look me in the eyes because he fucking hates me that much. He comes in and he says and does something very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. I wasn't gonna make a big deal about it because I am like kind of scared of this person. So I don't say anything of it. My manager comes back, and immediately my coworker goes and tells my manager, and he goes and tells my boss, and they're fucking fuming. They're like, that is not okay. Not fucking okay. And since then, everything for him went downhill. Like, everyone is against him now. No one fucks with this person. He knows that nobody fucks with him anymore. Right after that, right after he had found out that I had told him about what he did. Not even a week later, I get sick, I'm at home, and then we see that fucking dead bird in front of my house. He knows where I live. I live down the street from my work, and he lives 2 blocks over from me. It just all connects way too much for this not to be him. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I'm sorry that I can't go like more in depth. I'm sure that you guys wanted to hear that. Just to give a quick update on what I have going on now. When I had filmed that video of me like doing my hair, I made a TikTok of it. And my dad is very, very spiritual. He's very in touch with his spirituality. He saw it and he calls me right away. I start telling him everything, like what's going on. And he pretty much gives me a bunch of really great advice on what I need to do to stop this and to protect myself. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys are having a great new year. Stay safe out there, take care of yourself, and I will see you soon.